Instead of looking at happiness as a pursuit, consider looking at happiness as a creation or a construction, because research shows that it is within our power to fashion it as we see fit. Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me here today. If you're new, I'm Amanda. Welcome to the channel where we are all about shattering the mental health stigma. If you haven't already, please make sure you make sweet, sweet love to that subscribe button. Give the bell a few kisses so you're not missing any of this content designed to help you with your mental health or help you help someone else. Today, I'm going to be reacting to Everybody Hurts by R.E.M. And just by the title, it sounds like it's going to be really poetic, perfect, up the alley of the channel, so I'm excited to dive into it. Before we do that, I just want to say thank you to the sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp. Well, I have some pretty darn good memories of my past, and my childhood, and my adolescence. I also have some really traumatic ones, like being sexually assaulted when I was 16 years old. And this is one of several traumas that I sought professional help for. Because some things are really difficult to process and heal from on your own. Nearly impossible if you don't have the proper skill set. And most of us are never taught that proper skill set. BetterHelp matches you with a licensed professional therapist who has experience with your specific situation, and you can change your therapist at any time. As a special offer to my viewers, you can get 10% off your first month of professional therapy by going to betterhelp.com/Amanda Webster. That's betterhelp.com/Amanda Webster. Thanks again, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this video. And now let's dive on into the reaction. Everybody Hurts by R.E.M.
When your day is long and the night is yours alone. When you're sure you've had enough of this life, hang on. Don't let yourself go, 'cause everybody cries and everybody hurts sometimes. Sometimes everything is wrong. Now it's time to sing along. When you
Oh, I'll skip back there just a little bit, but I like how this is like an internal dialogue. It starts off with just the lyrics on the subtitles, and then it turns into what seems like the internal dialogue of these characters. And I like that because at first you're trying to be mindful and you're in your groove, and then all of a sudden you just get thrown off and you're consumed by your thoughts. But the night always feels lonelier, and I think because in some capacity we're forced to stop doing the things that we distract ourselves with, and we have to actually sit in reality, whatever that might be. And for many of us, that can be really uncomfortable oftentimes. But sitting in that discomfort is what helps us learn to live with it and eventually one day embrace it. As crazy as that sounds, where you might be in your mind right now, we can't come to a point to embrace that discomfort. But when this song was encouraging us to sing along there, it's like it's time to add your voice to the collective of people that are feeling just like you. So instead of holding all that inside yourself, it's time to add your voice, whether actually doing that like here in the comments like we encourage to do, or just being open, just saying, if I need to cry right now, I'm going to cry right now. And that's perfectly okay because everybody does it.
When your day is night, hold on.
No, siree, you sure are not alone. And when we're in that dark place, it's easy to think that we're alone. It's easy to even think that the world is picking on us, that we're being singled out somehow, that we're all alone in our battles, that the mountain ahead is just higher and too big for you to possibly climb. You might have to gear up. You might have to go take some practice hikes, to build up your endurance. You might have to rest at the bottom of the mountain for a while. But the truth is, everybody does hurt, and everybody looks at those mountains as daunting at some point. Everybody feels really overwhelmed by them, right? And everybody loses loved ones. Everybody feels overwhelmed. Everybody gets dumped or rejected. Everybody gets beat down by life. And everybody experiences abuse, whether sexual or emotional or physical. While the details of your story are different and you are unique, everybody has felt the pain that you are feeling at some point. Everybody has felt that.
On your own, it's like your days and nights are long. When you think you've had too much of this life to hang on. Well, everybody hurts, but sometimes everybody cries. Everybody hurts sometimes. Everybody hurts sometimes. So hold on, hold on,
Oh my god!
hold
I love it! Oh, it's good.
About an hour and a half ago. We've had no official explanation. Police estimate some 300 or 400 people. They just got out and walked. God. We've gotten confirmation. We cannot find anyone. I've never seen anything like this.
Oh, for some reason it had a little glitch there. It's interesting the juxtaposition of the imagery of all of the people who are struggling and who are suffering and who are going through their own internal dialogue. And then the lyrics are just so uplifting and reminding us. And I love validation like that. I really, really do, because I think that a lot of the times we don't receive that. We don't have the reminder that every person is going through this human experience and everybody is having these times of suffering. And sometimes those times can be really long, especially if, again, we didn't have that skill set or we didn't seek help or we didn't try to process that. It's never too late, but it can build over time. And there are a million people, millions actually in history, millions and millions of people who have picked up the pieces and rebuilt their lives. Even if they fell to absolute rock bottom, they lost everything financially, they lost their loved ones, they were having health issues. There are people that have picked up their lives and still done amazing, incredible things, or just found their own healing and their own peace, who have persevered through unimaginable horrors, who turned their seemingly hopeless situations around. And sure, you know, some of them have privileges that we might not have available to us, but most don't have anything that you and I don't have. Most don't have some incredible riches or privileges or things like that. You get to choose your next chapter. And I love that because I used to really love those choose your own adventure books as a kid. And then I realized that that's kind of life, is we're choosing our own adventure. And you get to choose whether you fight for your healing, or whether you take some time to rest. You get to choose that next chapter. Is this a time of reflection? Is this a time of picking myself up by the bootstraps and pushing myself to the next level? That's your story, and I'm not gonna lie, it might be exhausting, it might be frustrating, but everybody feels that too. It's not that just that everybody feels the hurt, everybody feels the frustration, the resentment, everybody feels slighted, everybody feels things like this. But like I said, I love validating songs like this because it isn't everybody hurts, now suck it up. It's everybody hurts, you're not alone, you can get through it too. And I really love this, and I really miss this sound. Like this, it's saying 1993, so this was early 90s, and I really liked 90s music. And in full disclosure, this song sounds super familiar, so I think I heard it in a movie or something somewhere at some point. It did sound familiar, I just didn't know it by title, recognize it, know the lyrics, but it did sound familiar. But maybe it was just that it felt like coming home. You know how some songs just make you feel like, yeah, I feel at home now. I feel comforted. I feel like I'm in that security blanket. Maybe it was just that. I don't know. But it did seem familiar. But I really enjoyed it. I feel like I'm smiling, like genuinely smiling. And that was my point, is to introduce some other feel good mental health songs to the channel while I'm going through my own process, and be able to offer help to you guys, and different modalities, different angles, like anything we can to take the next step, or to say, hey, I need some time to rest. But good, bad, and crazy, make sure you're sharing your stories here in the comments. That is how we shatter the mental health stigma, is by talking about it. Give this video a thumbs up, share it. Somebody might really need the reminder today that they're not alone, and that everybody hurts, everybody goes through stuff, everybody suffers, everybody struggles, everybody feels frustrated, but we can persevere, we can get through that. So thank you guys very much. Thanks again, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this video. And that link again is betterhelp.com/Amanda Webster. That's betterhelp.com/Amanda Webster. I love you guys so much. I'll see you soon. Mwah.